Clicky click. Hey, this is Thursday, December 10th and Friday, December 11th, as we get into Shadow Club all the way up to page 130. And of course, we have irony in the fact that the class that is currently being recorded and almost always can figure out the kid and the date has not figured out who the kid and the date is, even though it's a kid from this class. And then all of a sudden, you guys have failed me. It's all right. We're going to assume it's because you
it's
guys...
Lily, right?
What? Is Lily? No! I know, you're correct. It is. I know. Like half of you guys see her after school.
First time ever.
It's probably because, you know, she has a mask on there. And she's talking in the pictures. That's why you can't tell. Because normally it throws you off because, you know, Lily is such a quiet person. He says sassily. All right. Or maybe if we put her sister in the background, you'd be able to recognize her, because that's usually how we have to see Lily, with Gabby trying to strangle her over her shoulder. Not holding that against you, Lily. That's a Gabby issue. No, wait, back to here. Coming up, we have 3 grades left for this semester for you guys with me as of now. Here are my 3 grades that I have left. You have the IXL I gave you yesterday. And then you have, let's keep coming back here. And then you have the quiz that we are going to be taking today. And then we have our final quiz that is going to happen next week. So those are your last 3 grades. IXL, quiz, and then you're done. And that's all I have for you guys. And my goal is, for those of you who read up to page 130 today, we're going to talk about it, give you some chat challenge questions, and then let you guys take quiz. Excuse me. Once you have completed quiz, you are more than welcome to go. If you have not read, that's fine. It just means you have to stay on chat. And then whenever I say video check, you're going to have to make sure that you respond to video check, and then you'll be good to go. That was not a real video check. For those of you who just freaked out and stared at me, I'm just letting you know when we're taking the quiz, that's when you're going to have to do it. Although it is entertaining. Are you in the remind? I mean, I have remind. I don't know what you're referring to. All right, let's see. Shadow Club book. We did that. Those of you who need to use Shadow Club page for the audiobook and stuff like that, again, I mean, I can't keep reminding you, but go use the audiobooks to make your life much easier. It is literally me reading to you with my wonderful voice. There's the audiobook, clicky clicky, with my wonderful voice. All right. Your IXL, this was your last IXL of 2020, which connects to analogies. Analogies are on the quiz today. There's like 4 of them on there to see what kind of connections you can make. And there's also 6 questions that go to last week. Every time that we as a class bomb a question, I'm going to add it to the next week's quiz. So we have 6 quizzes from last week that I'm adding back to this week. And so if you did well last week, hopefully that makes it nice and easy on you. If not, then hopefully you paid attention to us talking about it. All right. Let's get ready to discuss Shadow Club and kids who keep trying to come in late. What is going on with kids and the connection issues today? Let's go with, all right. Your next Joe. And yes, he is correct. He's learning and trying to go from me down, child. I'm backing you, Jermaine. Make sure, so you're reading to page 130 for today, page 200 for next Thursday. So your checkpoint is page 200, and we'll do some reading together. But those of you who read to page 130, well, just because she knows the truth, she's a smart child. And then it gets kind of hard to stop reading. Well, let's back up. For those of you who don't hate reading, it gets hard to stop reading because you start getting to all the exciting stuff coming up. For those of you who hate reading, there's not a whole lot I can do for you. I can only try so much. And let's see. There's my picture of the, what do we have? Ooh, there we go. I think we can jump into it. Second. There we are. So we have the Stonehenge, and we capture somebody. All right. Let's go ahead and start jumping straight into our chat challenges. Hang on. 1 second. No, I'm going to do this. There we go. Real quick, just so you see our chat challenge leaders as of now, this has changed because some of these kids have already had class and they've had a chance to add to their numbers, just so you are aware. But as of end of day yesterday, these were my top people. And whoever finishes in the top, you then get to send the message of your choice out to all the other kids, whatever creepy or amazing thing it may be. Just wanted to let you know. All right, so now you see the list, and then back to here. All right. Here's my first chat challenge question. Oh, let's back up. Those of you who have not read to page 130, If you want to start reading now, I give you permission to just ignore me, and you can go ahead and go to reading. Just make sure you don't leave the Zoom until you actually go take the quiz. For those of you who have not finished to page 130 and don't want to read, that's fine. We're just going to give away some of the answers and questions and things like that. We're going to give you some spoilers. Those of you who have gotten to page 130, my goal is to try and give you like a review and a reminder of the things. So that way, when you go into the quiz today, you're like, oh yeah, he just talked about all these things. They're fresh in my brain. It's like Mr. Broviak doesn't hate me. That's what I'm going for. All right. And we should have enough chat challenge questions today for even those of you who are not on the board. If you take off and have a good day, you might be able to overtake people, even Antoinette, depending on how well you do. Now, given, I'm sure Antoinette's going to try and throw down with you, and she's going to try and stop you. So it's like game on. Let's see what happens. All right. First, chat. Come here, computer. Challenge question. So what you see on the screen is the Big Show, who's putting a full Nelson on. And so with that one, in the story, The Shadow Club, we find out there is a spy who is spying on them while they were out there. So my question is, who does the Shadow Club discover is the spy that they end up capturing and putting into a full Nelson? So who is it they discover is the spy? I tried to give you an easy chat challenge to begin with. I figured those of you who read it all on your own should hopefully know this one because they got into it like right away. All right, ready? Chat challenge is out. Let's see who we have. Correct answer is Tyson McGaw. You are correct. Hang on. I'll come back to this. Hang on. I got to deal with a wife issue in just a second. All right. Tyson McGaw was our answer, and the correct answer goes to Kasopa, jumping in with a first place win, which brings him. He's already won. And then PJ, and where's my PJ? PJ has his second win. And Mina, again, that girl. Mina, you have officially now won the Chat Challenge Champion Board. That was your 5th win. So Amina, congratulations. You are now officially on the Chat Challenge Champion Board. Go you. But now, see, Lathe was 4th. Has Lathe already won? He has not. Lathe at 4th, you officially got a B point. And 5th was Ethan. Antoinette, you were 6th. Uh-oh, Antoinette, they're coming after you. Apparently it is game on. All right, so hang on. Mina, I don't want to freak you out, but Mina, there's a kid sneaking up behind you right now. I think they're going to attack you. I just saved your life. You're welcome, Mina. Mr. Broviak, you saved me. I know, Mina. You now are in a life debt to me. All right, hang on one second before I get to our next question. Let me respond to Mrs. Me with her issue. Let's go with. There we go. Thank you, Mrs. Me. All right, here's my next question for you. All right, ready? So once they capture Tyson and they bring him back down to Stonehenge, all the members of the Shadow Club start interrogating him and yelling at him and freaking out and stuff like that. Then Randall, Cheryl's brother, does an awful, horrible, disgusting thing to Tyson. What horrible, awful, disgusting thing does Randall do to Tyson? So what awful, horrible, disgusting thing does Randall do to Tyson? And I'm hoping if you read it, this is like an easy question because when I read it, I was like, oh my God, who would actually do this kind of thing? And it stuck with me. All right, ready? And chat challenge activated. Of course, the correct answer is spits in his face. Giant ha, and then spits in his face like all drippy and disgusting. And I'm like, I have been alive for 40 years and I've never seen someone get spit in their face. That sounds awful. Come on, computer. What is going on? There we go. There we go, computer. All right. And first place was Ethan. Ethan coming in. Ethan, that gives you 5 wins. Ethan, you're officially on the board. Second place was Lathe, which is now at 2 wins. And third place, Antoinette coming in again. Wow, we might have a game after all. And then, oh, Jerry L's alive. Let's see, hang on one second. Jeriel, go you. There. All right. And then 4th place was Finley. Finley, you won a B point, and you are now officially at 4. Nicely done, Finley. You were my 4th place one, and 5th place was Kasopa. Nicely done, spitting in the face. And Max, you made me giggle. Good job, Max. All right, and then to there. And let's go with this. We did that one, did the spitting. And then let's see, we have to there. Ooh. All right, let's go to this one again. All right, so now we find out the lighthouse. We find out that one of the characters in the book lives at the lighthouse. Which character do we discover is living at the lighthouse? And so this is where we find out that they're like, what? A person can live in a lighthouse? I'm like, yes, I can live in the lighthouse. That's right, Jeriel. I'm glad you're here. It's a win that you showed up. All right. Again, which character do we discover is living at a lighthouse? And chat challenge. And same answer as last time. Not the spitting, but the Tyson. Let's figure out who has the Tyson on that one. And that would, wow. Mina, she is making a run for it. So apparently Mina has her eyes on Antoinette. And then Ethan is correct also. And Ethan coming in at, wow, also. Ethan at 5 wins. And then Kasopa is, wow, not bad, Kasopa. You're now at 4 wins. All right, so now we figure out, do we have anyone that has not won yet? Delaney's
Just
won.
well, Jermaine.
Finley, you have, Finley's won. Lily has not won. Lily, you officially won. That puts you on the board. Good job, Lily. Nicely done. And so there. Then Ethan, 6. You are at 6. All right. Let's see my next question. And we have to hear. We'll come back to this one. These are the marionettes they talk about, but I'm not making that one of your questions yet. All right. And then so there, I have no idea what that means either. So that. All right. Here we go. Here's my next question for you. So this is not the marionettes question. We do find out that apparently Tyson makes marionettes. We're also going to find out later on there's something creepy about the marionettes. It's not just that they're marionettes. There's a whole nother thing going into it. So my question is going to be, he finds out something else about him that he decides to use as blackmail. What does he discover that he decides to use as blackmail? So what is it Jared discovers that he decides to use as blackmail? So again, he discovers a thing he wants to use as blackmail. I feel like a game show host. I should make my background a game show thing. Dang it. All right, I'm learning on this one. They've been great. All right, so from now on, I'm going to learn, and I'm going to get a game show background I can put up behind me. All right, ready? Chat. Challenge is out. Wow, you guys were fast on that one. And the correct answer is he is a bedwetter. Now, at the end of the story, you find out there is a reason, and a very good reason, why he's a bedwetter. But yes, he is a bedwetter. And that's what, when they talk about the rubber sheets, that's what we discover. Lathe, you are first for me, now at 3 wins. And Ethan is, wow, Ethan is now at 7 wins. And Zachary comes in at 3 wins. All right. Now, do we have any new? Antoinette was 4th. Kasopa was 5th. Do I have any new winners? Max is 1. And if we have no new winners, it goes back to Lathe. So hang on. Snyder, have you won? Snyder has 1. And Paget. Paget, that was your first win. All right, so done. Paget, way to cheat off of Blaze, but it works. Good win anyway. If you can't cheat to win, you're not fighting hard enough. All right. So the correct answer is bedwetter. So our next question is, we have it from there, and we get to, this is not a chat challenge. This is when we find out that Tyson knows about the club. He's like, hey, we should stop doing things because we're going to get found out. And so he says, we should stop doing things. So they decide to put a hiatus, a pause on their pranks. They're like, hey, we'll come back and do more pranks later. But for now, we have to stop because we cannot get caught because of Tyson. All right. Here is your next official question. We find out in this chapter something happens between Jared and Cheryl. My question is, what happens between Jared? For those of you who paid attention before, this started happening back in the last chapter when they were at Stonehenge, and it started happening then. And then it really starts to happen in this next chapter when they meet for the second time or the third time at the next time there. So what is happening between Jared and Cheryl? All right, ready? Chat challenge. What do we have? The correct answer is, good job, Blaze. You made me giggle. Congratulations. That they like each other, they love each other, they're doing goo eyes at each other, flirty flirt, any number of creepy things you want to look at, which by the way, no heart bubbles, which was really hard for me when I was reading it yesterday, and it was talking about the fact like his head was in her lap and she was playing with his hair and her hair was like dangling in his hair and he was batting at it like a little kitten. And I'm like, ugh, teenagers flirting, gag me, but whatever. Apparently it's a thing that teenagers, I know, I feel the same way. Ugh, oh, Wyatt, nice background. All right, I like your Jeopardy. All right, so that was, man, look at whatever you guys did to tick Lathe off, that kid's on fire. He's like now won 3 in a row. So Lathe, you're up to 4 wins. And then Blaze with a win. Blaze, that officially gives you your 5th win. You are now a challenge champion. And Finley with her 5th win. You are also a chat challenge champion. Nicely done. And then Delaney, you were 4th, just outside of it. You are so close. Then hang on, Delaney. And Lily was 5th. All right. Do we have any new people? So Max, Ellie, PJ, and Jeriel. Jeriel with an official win. So Jeriel is now at 3 wins. Jeriel, you also earned yourself a B point. I don't know, but those emojis are kind of weird. I feel Jeriel, you made me smile. Nicely done on that one. Yeah, with your 3 wins there. All right, let's see what my next one is. Okay, so now they've decided they're not going to do any more of their pranks. They're like, all right, we're going to have to stop. Let's make good kid choices. And they do, except the pranks don't stop. The pranks continue. Even though the Shadow Club stops doing them, somebody continues doing the pranks. For those of you who have read, do not tell us who it is, because we do find out later on. And if you were to make that poor choice, it'd make me grumpy. You have to hold on to that knowledge, because we do eventually find out who is doing the pranks. My question here is, hang on. Let me get it set up right there. And with Eric Kilfoyle's locker, this is the kid that did the spray paint and the colorblind thing. It turns out a new prank is done with his locker. What is the new prank that happens with Eric Kilfoyle, the basketball player's locker? So what happens with Eric Kilfoyle? Now, given there's another locker prank we're going to talk about in a moment, so you can't get them confused. So this is the very first one that pops up with Eric Kilfoyle, the basketball one. I was going to say it's the worst prank, but it might not be the worst prank, because the other prank gets a kid kicked out of school. And I think that might be the worst one. All right, ready? Chat challenge. Uh-oh, someone came in early. Let's see. Blaze, your spelling is interesting. And uh-oh, 2 of you came in early, but you also had the wrong answer, so you're okay. You came in early with the wrong answer. Oh, hang on. Let's bring this kid back in. There. There.
Henry said that Tyson happened to the locker.
No. The correct answer is it gets covered in black paint. Someone breaks in and covers everything in it with black paint, ruining his new shoes and everything he owns. Kasopa, you took first place for me, which gives you 5 wins. You are a chat challenge champion. Blaze, I accept your answer. It makes me giggle. Go you. You are now at 6 wins. And my 3rd place is Finley. Finley is also at 6 wins. Wow, you guys are making a competition of it. 4th place, something interesting. Well, you are correct. It is interesting. Not Tyson. Pierce, you got 4th place. And then Snyder was 5th. All right, do I have anyone who's new who has not gotten a point yet? And no. So that means Kasopa, you win a B point on that one. So it looks like if we have no more new people coming in, then old people, you get to keep winning B points when you get first place. All right, let's give you another one. Ready? Mr. Diller's camera. So this is the principal. He has an $800 camera. something happens with his camera. And so my question is, what happens with this camera that is eventually going to get leaked and connected back to the Shadow Club? So what happens with this camera that connects us back to the Shadow Club? All right, so that one. All right, giving you a moment. I mean, those of you who are reading, that definitely makes it a little bit tougher, but I'm not trying to stop you. All right, oh, Max, I like yours also. Is that Family Feud? I like Family Feud. Solid choice on that one too. All right, ready? Chat challenge. What do we have? And the correct answer is it gets stolen and found in a locker. I'll take any part of that. It's stolen and put into a guy's locker. Someone steals it and the kid gets kicked out. It is Tommy Nichols who gets kicked out of school for it. And the kid that OP hates. There you go. Lathe again. Nicely done, Lathe.
Wait a minute, does mine count?
I don't know, not down to it yet. Delaney with my second win. Nicely done, Delaney. You're at 2. And no, you're yeah, I'll give it to you. I'm gonna go for a 4th place one. I'll still give it to you. It's not bad. Which brings you to 7. I'm still gonna go to Casopa. Because of that one, I'm gonna give Casopa a point also. So Casopa, you are now at 6 wins. Uh-oh. And then let's see. And no, confusing. And Lily, you are my 5th one. And Ethan, you were my 6th one. And let's see. Reynolds, you have 1. Ethan, you have 1. Making sure I have no one new. PJ has 1. Ellie has 1. Aw, I'm sorry, it's rigged. Does that mean Lathe wins another B point? Lathe wins another B point. Lathe, nicely done. All right. I have a couple more questions. Let's go to David Berger's trumpet. This is the guy who slimed the band. We find out there is another prank that connects to his trumpet. So what prank gets connected to his trumpet? All right. Here, uh-oh. All right, ready? So what happens with the trumpet and chat challenge? It is out. I will go with flattened or run over by a bus. Someone that gets run over or crushed. I will take crushed also. So Max, nicely done. Flattened is what I was going for, but crushed can work. All right. Musgrave is Musgrave. That was your 5th win. You are now a champion. Delaney is now at 3 wins. And Mina steps back in with her 7th win for Mina. Nicely, who was 4th? Lathe was 4th. And who's my 5th place one? And Casopa was 5th. Do I have any new people? No new people. No new people. And all right. So who was my first one then? That was Max. That got you a B point. No new people coming in. So you won on that one. So it looks like now if you guys get first, if we have no new kids playing, you might be getting a B point for your win also. Oh, your dog's a cutie. I mean, looks like a pit bull. It's got like that pit bull. Nice. I have a pit bull also. I recognize the pit bull face. All right, there. Let's go with. All right, here's your next question. The Shadow Club now begins to suspect somebody is doing the pranks. So my question is, who is it they suspect is doing these new pranks that are going to get them in trouble? Someone is doing pranks to get the Shadow Club in trouble. Who do they suspect is doing the pranks to get them in trouble? Pranks? I even sound like a game show host. Goodness gracious. Who's doing the pranks to get them in trouble? All right, let's go to the boards with chat challenge. Uh-oh, I think someone came in early. The correct answer being Tyson. They suspect Tyson is doing it. And Blaze, you were just a smidge early, but I do like all the added bonuses you gave to it. Ethan, you were my first official one. Ethan is at 5, 6, 7. Ethan is now at 8 wins. Jeriel, no. Jeriel, I'm going to give it to you on that one. So Jeriel, you're at 4. Let's see, because that's not bad. So Max, I'll officially give that to the point to you too, Max, which brings you up to 6 wins. But that gives me, I need to give one more. It looks like it might be Mina. It is. And Mina is up to 5, 6, 8 wins. All right, let's see. Do we have any new people? Let's see. Delaney, you are 4th. And Lily was 5th. Oh, you guys are so close. No other new people, making sure. All right. My first place was Ethan. You get a B point. I think I have 2 more questions. All right. For those of you who are trying to figure it out, I think I'm down to 2 questions. Let's go with. All right. What? All right. So at the very end of page 130, this is going to be one question. What new person knows about the Shadow Club? So towards that last chapter, all of a sudden, Jared discovers a new person knows about it, not Tyson. A completely different person steps in and says, I know about the Shadow Club too. So who is this new person who claims to know about the Shadow Club and accuses them of being a gang? Knows about them and thinks they are a gang. All right, ready? See if you guys have it in there. Chat challenge. Oh, someone came in early. And the correct answer is the principal. Actually, it's assistant principal, but I'll take either one. Principal, assistant principal, or Mr. Green. Lathe, you were just a second early, Lathe. You came in just before me. Then Ethan, that goes to you, Ethan, which brings you up to 9 wins. Second place was Max. Max is at 7 wins. Max at 7 wins. And Delaney steps in. Delaney, you're at 4 wins right now. Delaney, you are 1 win away from being a champion. Oh, I gotta stop sounding like a talk show host. All right, so that gives me 1, 2, 3. And then Finley was 4th. Kasopa was 5th. And making sure I have no other new people. Correct. You guys are all correct. And I think the top person is right around 10 or 11. All right, so Ethan, that got you a B point. Look at that. Ethan, you're racking up B points right now. Don't flex on the other kids, Ethan. You're going to embarrass them. All right, ready? Nope, hang on. Nope, not ready. I'm not ready. To quote SpongeBob, I'm ready. All right, here's your next question. The second part of there says, what does he request? So when Mr. Green confronts Jared, he says, all right, I think this is a gang. Jared says it is not. Green says, to prove it's not a gang, you have to do this. What does he want Jared to do to prove it is not a gang? By the way, it is something Jared refuses to do. Jared refuses to do this request. All right, let's see if I did this correctly. Ready? All right, chat challenge is out. What do we have? And hang on 1 second. Oh, my family. Hang on, almost there. Sorry, daughter issues. Wow. No, not kiss his gills. Let's go with correct answer is allow Tyson to join. He says, if you're not a gang, let Tyson join your club. And Jared goes, no way. Mina, you are first for me. 5, 6, 7, 8. Mina finishing at 9. Zachary steps in at 1, 2, 3. Zachary at 4. And then Lathe, nicely done. Lathe gets the next win, which brings him to 6. And Max was at 4th. Blaze at 5th. Then Finley, and making sure I have no new ones that came in. And making sure, all right, there, we're good. And
it says I'm before
Mina.
Lath and Matt.
Not on my screen. I want me to tell you. On my screen, they are both before you. Mina, that got you a B point.
Nah, you're just my favorite.
Yes. Mina, did you know you're my favorite, Mina? You just learned this. I know. Go you, Mina. I didn't even know I had a favorite. All right. That was the last chat challenge question that I have, at least that I can think of for now. Here's the next best thing to chat challenge, which is taking a quiz. All right, it's a lie. I know it's not. How do you build up, make a quiz sound exciting? By the way, you are going to see 6 questions from last week on there. Idioms, missed questions, analogies, and stuff like that. Ethan, I agree. Don't worry, Ethan. Story's not over yet. You just keep waiting. And then on there. So make sure you know the difference between similes and metaphors, and then idioms. Seriously, on the idiom question, go look at your notes. Stop guessing on it, because I have to keep putting idioms on every quiz until we can get a passing grade on it. Every time that we as a group get below a 70, I keep putting it on the next quiz. So stop being that person. All right, I'm going to leave Zoom open. You cannot leave Zoom until you finish quiz. Those of you who leave with Mr. Maj, I'm going to put you into a room with Mr. Maj here in just a moment that you guys can go with him. I will leave the Zoom open. If you have questions, come back and ask me. If you have questions.
Wait a minute. Why is Rye student of the week? What has Rye got that I don't?
He got a perfect score on last week's quiz.